Good evening. It is January 27, 2016, and about 7 p.m., and this is the meeting of the Auburn Conservation Commission. This meeting is being broadcast live and is also being recorded and is available for viewing online at auburnguide.com. We do not have any public hearings this evening. We do have some other items to discuss. The first item on the agenda is 7 o'clock. It was a request from Don McFadden regarding tree trimming of property at 11 Sophia Drive. Several of us have been out to the property. I've been out there a couple times. And I've also spoken to Mr. McFadden on the telephone. The issue is a house abutting a bank. There's a fence very close to the back of the house, and there's an evergreen tree that's growing behind the fence in close proximity to the house. And our request was made to trim some tree branches that are actually making contact with the side of the house. In having conversations with the property owner, it is jurisdictional. Down from the bank is at least an intermittent stream. And so clearly there is jurisdiction. And while ultimately the commission may decide after a presentation is made to issue a name determination, it was my opinion that a request for determination of applicability did need to be submitted. I did speak to Mr. McFadden, I believe the beginning of last week, and I discussed what I thought was needed. And it was my understanding that he would be submitting a request for determination. So we will have to wait to see for him to do that. Okay? So, number one. Secondly, Mr. Stencil, 197 Packagug Street. I think there was some discussion of trying to go out there this past weekend. We couldn't because of the snowstorm. This weekend, though, I understand the weather will be good. There's been melting of the snow that we did receive. And we haven't heard from Mr. Stencil, right?
No.
Nothing.
So,
Well, I had emailed him about, then he said that certain Saturday would be good, and then it wasn't good for you people, or maybe it was the storm there, so.
okay. And did you get a response to that?
I think I just emailed him back that
What's
wasn't
that?
going to be good for
Okay.
you people. And that I'd get back in
Isn't there
touch with
only
him.
one 197?
All right. So
That's weird.
I have some time this Saturday, if anyone else does, to make another quick trip to Mr. Stencil's house. Okay?
Point.
So can we suggest 9 o'clock? That will be January 30th, I believe,
Yes.
Yep, 9, they're there.
at 9 a.m. there. Does that sound good? We don't all have to go.
I won't be around, so.
Okay.
I can go.
I know where you'll be.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
I have a pretty good idea. I read your posts. All right. So in any event, some of us at least will go to Mr. Stencil's for 9 o'clock, assuming, Sheila, that is a good
time for him.
good day and time
Okay.
for him. If he says it's not, then let us know, please.
Yeah, let us know it.
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Okay. The next item. Apparently, we have received requests from New England Power for 2 certificates of compliance. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do we issue orders of conditions on these?
Yes, we did.
Okay. Do we require an as-built plan? See, I guess the problem is that I'm not quite sure where they want us to, where these were issued, or where the request, what areas the requests are being made for.
Okay. I don't think they submitted anything to me in writing.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
All right.
Just check that.
Next.
Yes, she did, I'm sorry. She gave me the orders of conditions along with the request. I don't know if we ever bothered with an as-built for something of that scope.
We may not have.
Yeah.
Was this the easement work adjacent to Route 12?
The right-of-way,
Yeah.
let me see. the transmission line, And I think that was the right away. One of them, they were putting up a new, okay, 10 Auburn, Mass. Off Packagug Street was one of them.
Okay,
And
that's
then
big.
this one was
Really?
Narrows it down, narrows it down.
Very short street.
existing transmission.
And we know it's Packagug Street, Auburn.
Correct.
Got that
I mean, I
much.
have a kind of a rough idea of where the easement
Okay, the
is.
transmission
The
line
corner
and
of
the
Burnap Street there.
reconducting
Where's the
town
word
line,
goes with it?
Tower 510. I think they were repositioning that 510 tower.
Yeah, right there, right along Bancroft.
So that's what that one was. That was
Burnap Street, towards South.
0688 file number, and then this other one was, another reconducting tower 524. Oh, that was the relocation, I'm sorry. This was the relocation, and this one was just a reconducting, re-stringing it.
Where the heck is it?
Well, one was right through the town.
Okay,
This one's 282 Southbridge Street. I think that was where they were putting that new
Okay.
tower relocation.
Down here.
so I'm gonna suggest that we take a look before we entertain the request for a certificate of compliance.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we can do that
So
on,
on
They want
Southbridge
us to-
Street, you go down
they-
at the end of Hampton Street there, almost to the end of Hampton Street, so it crosses Southbridge Street and goes down.
Oh, copy.
They want a
That was where
certificate
they
of compliance
moved
for
the
the
tower.
Yes.
whole.
That
Oh,
one.
back
So what-
here.
for for the work.
Yeah.
Well, clearly, if you could provide us with orders of conditions for
Yep,
those two,
I can
that'd
make
be great.
copies of those.
That would be great.
For everyone, or?
Whoever's gonna go out on Saturday, just a couple
Okay.
copies probably,
All right.
okay? I'll share,
Did you want me just to scan them and email them to you?
that'd be great,
Okay.
terrific. Okay, so we'll follow up on that, hopefully we can do that also on Saturday the 30th. The next item is 20 Prospect Street, and I did actually have an opportunity to go out there this afternoon. This is the big lot adjacent to the Herb Chambers on Route 20. As you go to the lot, there were erosion control measures and other work done to the left. Fair amount of riprap. Siltation, the erosion control measures were still in place. It looked to my eye that the project was built in accordance with the original plan, and it did meet the requirements of the as-built plan as well. I don't know if anyone else had the opportunity to go out there. Nor do I know if any of you want to go out there, but it looked all right to me. So,
That's right there. I did drive up there.
okay.
See,
Carolyn, you went?
I did go.
Yeah.
I did go, I took the property myself.
So if the commission wishes to do so, is there a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 20 Prospect Street?
I make the motion that we issue certificate of compliance for 20 Prospect Street.
I'll second that.
Okay, is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote.
Okay. There we go. And I'll take that map back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. I got a call from Glenn Kravosky today, and he may be filing something tomorrow, for, I believe, for Faith Ave.
Okay. So now we'll
Next
go,
meeting.
oh, for the next meeting?
Yeah, he said they were doing some flagging and
Okay, excellent.
10, 10.
The next item on the agenda was a request for a certificate of compliance for 14 Technology Drive. I also went there today, and it's a building that is being offered for sale. Looks like it's been closed for some period of time, And I did not recognize the site. I had no memory of us ever going out there. But I have to presume that since they're asking us for a certificate of compliance, that we did issue an order of conditions at some point. So we need to get a copy of the order of conditions.
Where is that building in reference to
yeah,
Harvey's
where is it?
window place?
Um,
For me to,
It's Harvey
if you
Windows.
come off of Route 20, you
I
turn
think
where
it's-
Harvey's is. and so
Park.
Harvey's
It's on
on the
West.
it's
left,
on the left side,
so around the curve.
around the curve. That's right. It's
It's on the
left.
left,
Down and
over
up
the
the
Mass
hill.
Teachers Association.
Yeah. In fact, you can see it right there. You can see the roof line. If you there it is, Dan. Nope, you're going the wrong way. See 14?
14
Near
is
Bancroft
right
Street?
there.
Okay.
Just gonna zoom in.
Can you enlarge that?
West Southbridge Boulevard.
Yeah. So again, it looks like it's been empty for quite a while, and there is a for sale sign. So I can't really necessarily tell from that picture where any work would have been done. I'm assuming it's in the back of the property. Yeah, but there aren't any vehicles there now.
Yeah, this is obviously from a warmer month of the year.
Well,
All right.
so if you could find, or maybe dig out the order of conditions, Sheila,
Sure.
and then if you could scan them, maybe we can take a look on Saturday.
Okay, I'll get that done too. And 14 technology.
So the next item under other business is MACC dues. What's that about?
Well, we just have annual dues we have to pay. I'll just have to get a PO together and
Okay.
have to sign it.
All right. Now, the annual meeting is coming up on March 5th? Is it the 5th? So when do you, I think we had this discussion the last time. When do we need to let you know if we're going to be attending? Soon?
Next meeting.
Say the first
You know, if
meeting
you want to get into certain classes, the sooner the better.
Okay.
Just that's usually what they tell me.
Okay.
I mean, we could do it a week beforehand if you wanted to.
No, I
but-
think the sooner the better.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know how many members are interested in going. I know, Carolyn, I think you would find it really interesting.
I'm going to go, I just needed recommendations on what, I know basically, obviously.
Sure.
But some classes are good, some have good instructors.
Uh-huh. I mean, I found the level of instruction very good, and you just you know, the whole state turns out for it. So I think it's always been an excellent conference. So, all right. So maybe we can all try and figure out if we're going to be going to the meeting by our first meeting in
The 10th,
sure.
February. Great. And then Faith Ave, you indicated that Mr. Gravasi expects to file fairly soon.
Yep, I think tomorrow.
Okay, very good. Do we have anything else on the agenda for the first meeting in February?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, so that would be, we can put, I would assume that would go on up for 7 o'clock?
Yep.
Okay, good. The next item are the meeting minutes for December 9th of 2015. Okay, I have a few changes and some
Yep.
questions.
Okay.
Okay. On the last sentence on page 1,
Yeah.
this is grammatical. It says, for this area was previous developed, it should be previously.
Okay.
That's easy. Okay. The third sentence on page 2,
Yeah.
it begins with the stormwater.
Yeah.
You should add drainage after stormwater.
Okay.
And then I had a question, it's about 8 lines from the bottom of that paragraph. It starts with, the site work will have the removal. You see that?
From the bottom of that hole, yeah.
Oh, yes, okay.
It says you put in 8 or 9 cubic yards of material. I thought it was more than that. 8 or 9 cubic yards doesn't sound like a lot of material.
to be... I didn't think they were going to remove that much. Was they going to kind of level it and kind of try to build it up for the
Right.
theater?
But I'm just saying, maybe you could listen to the tape again.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
thought it was, I didn't think it was,
Sounds low for the size of the project.
Yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't seem like much.
it seemed a little low to me, and I could, again, I could be wrong, but it makes sense to just make sure the number's accurate.
Yeah.
Okay, under 720, it's about halfway down that paragraph where it begins John Stelmach. Stated there will be a condominium association, and this is semantics. You put in they will own. Really, a condominium association is an it. It's not a person. So I changed it to it
On the grounds.
from they.
So that they will be required, so that,
And then this next the next paragraph, I just crossed out they again.
yeah.
Sorry for being a stickler.
It will,
Own the grounds, road, and detention
Okay.
bases, and just cross out they.
all right.
It's the same thing.
Okay, I see. Okay.
On page 3, it's about the 8th line down, beginning with Mr. Rafa. What he said was, he stated case law that sets a 3-year statute of limitations on wetland violations.
That sets it.
So it's not a case law, it's just case law that sets a 3-year statute.
Could we back up to the first line on that
Sure.
paragraph?
So,
This is Michael
Stated
Garland.
case
Should've been
law that
read.
sets...
Reads red.
Should have just read,
The-
cross out,
yeah,
yeah,
red.
cross out the S.
Yeah.
The first sentence under 745.
Just a touch.
An email that not been
Mr.
Oh,
Galvin,
received.
yeah.
Red, okay.
Okay.
had.
That's all, just a question of tense. And then, excuse me, and then going down to further down that paragraph where you started to put in numbers, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what you were going for there.
What was the purpose of
The
those?
three
Yeah.
things that, okay.
What
So-
were they?
Mm.
Yeah.
So I mean, unless you want to put in some sort of introductory sentence
Yeah.
for that, I would just cross them out. Because they, as you recall, they did come to our last meeting.
All right, so...
I would
should
just say,
cross it out?
I think so. I think,
Okay.
It looks like, well, okay.
Unless you have another-
I'm not gonna speculate, that's all right.
okay.
I'm going to go back up to second paragraph. John Horak, 14 Elizabeth Drive, asked about the extent of the damages.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good.
Up here.
And then, actually after 1, 2, and 3, that next sentence, where it begins Mr. Rafa, and then, so it ends, a butter's trespassing, and then it says the Conservation Commission is allowed on the site. Just a question of tense.
AG.
It is after the numbers 1, 2, and 3
Yeah, I know, the Conservation Commission...
Change to
is allowed on the site.
Okay, all right, then. Terrible intensive.
And the last correction I would have is on page 4. Excuse me. Under 3 William Street,
Yeah.
it says my name, stated the footprint location is as shown, but was concerned. So insert was.
Okay.
And those are all the changes I have.
I'm going to go back to the previous page.
3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Near the bottom of the page, Ms. Herbert stated I'd say strike out have an involved neighborhood and just have it say Ms. Herbert stated they are concerned about the cutting of trees in the wetland and the prior violations.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that
Yeah.
fragment actually means.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, they are concerned about, just are
She
concerned
said
about.
the neighborhood's very involved.
That doesn't actually add anything, so.
Yeah, okay.
And 2 lines after that, Christine
That's good. I do
Wagner.
have 8 or 9 in my minutes here, so,
Okay.
but I will double check.
I'm just
that.
saying, because it seemed
Yeah.
low to me and I could be wrong,
Yeah.
you know? Go ahead, Louise.
The second to the last line in that paragraph, logging was another concern. Christine Dragon, I would pay apostrophe S, Christine Dragon's husband of 17 Elizabeth Street had asked about a soil test, rather than 17
Oh, I
Elizabeth
see.
Street husband.
Yes. Okay.
I don't see anything else.
Any other changes? Is there a motion?
I'll move to accept the minutes as of December 9th, 2015 as amended.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? It's a vote. All right. Does anyone have anything else?
I had a question for Sheila. We got that email from Mrs., what's her name, Wharton?
Oh, yes, yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
I remember,
She really isn't on the agenda, but I,
right.
We can discuss it under other
I have it
business.
right here.
yeah,
We want to put it on the agenda.
I mean, we've been out there, some of us been out there several times. And so, I mean, has this been relayed to Bill Coyle?
she contacted him. I don't know if it's beaver dams that are damming the waterway or not. I mean, I did see him on it.
The damn river.
Okay.
Um,
What's back there?
So I'm not quite sure
Well,
what's
remember
causing
that.
the
Could be a
water to
job
collect.
to be-
well, you know, it says here that she was not filing a complaint, at least at this time, so there's nothing for us to consider.
Yeah,
So I guess, you know, they've brought to our attention, if,
yeah. I'll wait and see what Bill
She's
says.
going to.
you know, it's jurisdictional for us, so if there's a question, I'm sure we will,
What is the address?
it is
Magna Vista.
Yeah.
kind of a
Three
situation.
It's right off of,
She's concerned with the neighbors dumping debris in there too, you know.
And we've heard that before.
Leaves and that, and then she
Haven't we
says,
had that
We have.
them before us? That sounds
Yes.
very familiar.
Yeah.
It's right off of Burnett Street.
sometimes,
yeah.
she said, that she finds
Very
people have
familiar.
pools and some of their toys end up in that waterway. They probably blow out of the pool and,
That's the same waterway that abuts in Pinehurst and
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've
Very
actually issued
familiar
enforcement
with-
orders
Yeah.
for some of
My
the
neighborhood.
people that live on Magna Vista, so.
Yeah.
Well, we're aware of it, we'll keep our eye on it, and
Yeah.
then if we need
Well, I'll wait
to,
to see if I hear from Bill.
yeah.
okay.
Some people drain their pools down a little bit for the winter. You wonder if they're draining the water into the river.
That might actually
Toys,
improve the
I'm
water
sure their
quality.
toys go in.
It might improve it, yeah.
So, in any event.
Let's not suggest that.
No, I'm not, no, heaven forbid.
I was watching PBS the other night, and they were talking about people up in Oregon, I think, or Washington, one of those states, still allow this to go on. These fishermen, or whatever they are, or gold diggers, and our fishermen, they go in with these big vacuum, wet vacs, and are sucking up all the, you know, the bottom of these riverways, and some are pretty good-sized riverways. They're in there out snorkeling, like doing this to get the gold, and they're all concerned with the damages that it's causing to the
yeah.
water. You wouldn't believe.
The bottom ecosystem
Moving up
of
the-
a waterway.
In so many states, they said California, so many states have banned it. But
Yeah.
this one, I think it is Washington, is still allowing it. And just what it's done, it's saying like the fish can't go up to spawn anymore.
It destroys
and-
habitat.
Yeah, awful.
Sure.
I mean, moving big stones out, and part of it, they made it into muck. They were pooling some of the, awful.
This isn't 1849 anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there was a whole show about that
There's
in
gold in the
Alaska.
river.
And then, yeah, they had industrial equipment, they're doing that, but that's.
They're not getting out there with a pan anymore.
Yeah.
And the price of gold was $2,000 an ounce.
What is it
Worth
now?
A lot of money.
Not anymore.
You will hand pan that
But it's
gold.
still
Yeah, it's fine.
pretty,
So is ecosystem, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, if there's nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn?
Really?
I make a
Hey,
motion.
what do you want to talk about then?
I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to
I
vote?
was waiting for Dan.
All right, thank you.